Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to picture this: a man, sick and broken, lying by a pool for 38 long years. 38 years of waiting. 38 years of hoping. 38 years of trying and failing. Can you imagine the weight of that frustration? The burden of watching others step into their breakthroughs while you remained stuck. This man had given up. His response to Jesus said it all: "I have no man to help me." In other words, I'm finished. I've tried everything, and nothing has worked. I'm out of options. Maybe today, you feel like that man, like you've exhausted every possibility, like every door is shut, and like your situation defies any solution. But let me tell you something powerful: just because you've run out of answers doesn't mean God has. When Jesus stepped onto the scene, he didn't need the pool, the crowd, or the system. He simply spoke, "Rise, take up your bed, and walk." And immediately, listen to that, immediately, the man was healed. This story is a reminder that no matter how long you've been waiting, no matter how hopeless it seems, God can step in and turn everything around in an instant. Grace can overrule your situation. What has carried you, what has weighed you down, it's time for you to carry it. What has been mastering you, it's time for you to master it. I declare to you today, rise up, rise above frustration, rise above defeat, rise above the voices that say it's over. This is your set time. This is your season. Your waiting is over, and your breakthrough is here. The Lord will intervene on your behalf. So don't quit now. Don't stop believing. The same God who lifted that man after 38 years of struggle is the same God who will lift you. Get ready, your story is about to change. Let this sink in: the man by the pool didn't even ask for a miracle that day. He had no faith left to hope. But Jesus didn't wait for his faith to catch up, Jesus met him in his brokenness. And that's exactly what God does. He doesn't wait for you to have it all together. He doesn't need you to have all the answers or the perfect plan. He steps in when you least expect it, and he changes everything. Think about what Jesus told him: "Rise, take up your bed, and walk." He didn't just say, "Get up and go." No, he told him to take up the very thing that had symbolized his struggle for 38 years. The bed that carried his pain, his frustration, and his failure was now the proof of his victory. What about you? What have you been lying on for years? Is it disappointment? Fear? Guilt? Shame? Let me tell you, it's time to rise. It's time to take the very thing that once weighed you down and turn it into a testimony. It's time to step into your purpose, your destiny, your breakthrough. Listen, there's a reason why the enemy has been fighting you so hard. There's a reason why you face setback after setback. It's because the enemy knows what's inside of you. He knows the power of your testimony. But I'm here to remind you that greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. No more delay. No more excuses. No more "I have no man to help me." You don't need a man when you have God. You don't need the approval of the crowd when you have the power of heaven backing you. The God who called you to rise is the same God who will give you the strength to walk. So, rise above every limitation. Rise above every obstacle. Rise above every doubt. Today is the day you leave that pool of waiting. Today is the day you step into victory. You're not just surviving anymore, you're thriving. You're not just getting by, you're stepping boldly into the destiny that God has prepared for you. This is your moment. Believe it. Embrace it. Walk in it. Because when God steps in, everything changes. Your story is far from over. The best chapters are still being written. Rise, take up your bed, and walk into the life you were created to live. If this message has inspired or uplifted you, consider sharing it with someone who could use a little encouragement today. Remember to like, subscribe, and help us spread hope and encouragement to others. Thank you for being a part of our journey.